should have 3 oaths folders. We'll begin first of all with the oath of allegiance, and you will insert your name as appropriate and say after me. I do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God. The next is the judicial oath. I, having been appointed Justice of the Court of Appeal, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of the Republic of Ghana, and that I will truly and faithfully perform the functions of my office without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that I will at all times uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God. The last is the oath of secrecy. I, holding the office of Justice of the Court of Appeal, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties, or as may be specially permitted by law. So help me God.
Justice Nicholas Charles Abe Akufo. His Lordship Justice Anthony Addo Yabua. Her Ladyship Justice Belly Akwa Wood. Mrs. Ama Abakwa Just Gazy, Mama Solitija.
We're gathered here this afternoon to perform a very important function in fulfillment of Article 144, Clause 3 of the Constitution, i.e., the appointment of justices of the Court of Appeal. This is the first time since I became president that I'm appointing judges of the Superior Court of Judicature other than the Chief Justice. So it is an important day for me. The 5 justices, 3 men and 2 women, whom I have sworn into office a few moments ago, upon the advice of the Judicial Council, are eminently fit and qualified for the position of Justices of the Court of Appeal, and have the independence of mind and impartiality of spirit to hold this high office. I refer to Justice Nicholas Charles Abe Agbevo, Justice Alex Bechi Poku Achampong, Justice Anthony Kwejo Yabua, Justice Mele Fiawood, and Justice Amma Ebuakwa Gezi. I congratulate each one of you on your well-deserved appointment. On Tuesday, the 28th of April, 1992, the Ghanaian people adopted by an overwhelming margin the provisions of the Constitution of the Fourth Republic in the referendum of that day, and resolved thereby to build under God a nation of accountable governance founded on the rule of law. The commitment they made still resounds strongly 25 years later, for which we celebrated the Silver Jubilee of the Fourth Republic earlier this year on 7th January. One of the most important arms towards the preservation of this has been the judiciary, which has been charged with the defense of our liberties. The Constitution affirms that final judicial power in the state is vested solely in the judiciary and not in any other agency or organ of the state, be it the presidency or the parliament. The judiciary has exclusive jurisdiction in all matters of the breach of the law, civil and criminal, including matters relating to the interpretation and enforcement of the Constitution. It has thus onerous responsibilities to protect the individual liberties and fundamental human rights of citizens, to act as the arbiter in disputes between the state and the citizen, to act as the arbiter in disputes between citizens, and to serve as the bulwark for the promotion of the orderly development of our nation and for the defense of the liberties and rights of our people. To our new justices of the Court of Appeal, it is important to bear in mind the growth of our nation demands that we have a judiciary that commands the respect of the people by the nature of its delivery of justice, as well as by the comportment of its judges. It is vitally important that we have judges who are honest, possess integrity, and a sound knowledge of the law. Application of the law of the land must occur in the words of the judicial oath, without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and therefore without recourse to the political, religious, or ethnic affiliations of any citizen of the land. When you fall foul of the law, we expect that they must be dealt with accordingly, and the law enforcement agencies, including you at the appeals court, must ensure that this is done. We cannot have development which will bring jobs to our youth without order. We cannot forget the recent dramatic expose of corruption in the judiciary by one of the nation's leading investigative journalists. We have still not yet lived down the trauma of the excruciating shock and embarrassment of seeing officers of our courts in such compromising situations. Despite the reforms undertaken by the former Chief Justice, Georgina Wood, to restore some dignity to the judiciary and re-establish the confidence of Ghanaians in it. Your actions and the strict application of the laws of the land would help in this regard. With the special prosecutor having been sworn into office to ensure accountability of public officials, past and present, who engage in acts of corruption and financial malfeasance, it is my expectation that you will help facilitate the work of this office. Ladies and gentlemen, my government is determined to build a new Ghanaian civilization where the rule of law is not a slogan, but an operating principle for the development of our state, where the separation of powers is real and meaningful, where public officials behave with honesty and integrity, where the liberties and rights of our people are fully protected, and where law and order provide a firm basis for our social and economic development, so that the dreams of freedom and prosperity that animated the great patriots who founded our nation can find expression in our generation. All of us, from the public sector, the security agencies, the private sector, the political parties, the civil society, religious bodies, and the traditional authorities, have a joint responsibility to work together with our different views and our different perspectives for the Ghana project, a united Ghana, governed according to the rule of law, respect for individual liberties, human rights, and the principles of democratic accountability. A Ghana that meets fundamental requirements of social justice and solidarity. And a Ghana where we look past commodities to push our country and position it in the global marketplace. It is a collective enterprise to which we should all commit ourselves in unity and in sincerity. For my part, I have an unshakable faith in the boundless prospects of the Ghanaian people and of Ghana's future, and will work for it. I wish you well and God's guidance in the discharge of your heavy duties. Thank you, and may God bless us all in our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.
This is indeed the day that the Lord has made, and we will gladly rejoice in it. We thank the Lord Almighty for this day. We are indeed grateful to His Excellency the President for elevating us to this high office of the Court of Appeal. We also wish to thank the Honorable Lady Chief Justice, the Honorable Attorney General, and the Judicial Council. We thank the Supreme Court judges, the Court of Appeal judges, and the High Court judges for being present to support us. We are humbled by this honor done us and the confidence reposed in us. It is a call to higher national service, and we pledge to work diligently to the best of our abilities. We will endeavor at all times to uphold the high tenets of our office and dispense justice to all persons without fear or favor. Once again, we wish to thank you very much for this honor done us. Thank you.